Hey guys, and welcome back to Top 5 Esports. Even the best players in the world die in game, but if you have to keep respawning without making any significant progress, it becomes frustrating and a common reason for people to break their controllers. We've compiled a list of 5 ways that you can stay alive and deal damage to your enemies so you don't have to go running for cover every time you're caught in a gunfight. So without further ado, here are our top 5 tips on how to stay alive in Black Ops 4. Before we get started, we want to hear from you, the audience. Every Call of Duty title is slightly different, and the player mechanics are better in some games than they are in others. How do you feel about Black Ops 4? Is it harder or easier to maneuver in game than it was in previous titles? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's get straight into the video. Number 5. There's a saying that says, "A rolling stone gathers no moss." So stop running rampantly everywhere. Think about where you're going. If you keep moving around the map, you're leaving good sites behind where you can loot and get some easy kills. Instead, by constantly moving, you're opening yourself up to every enemy you pass along the way. So to start off, don't run more than you need to. Instead, walk and look around for strategic places to use for cover and spotting easy kills. Number 4. The second tip we have for you is to always be aware of your surroundings. It's easier said than done. After you've played a map enough times, you start to get a feel for where enemies may pop up and where spawn locations are. Be sure to check those spots for unsuspecting enemies along the way. And don't forget to look behind you, and often. The last thing you want is for someone to knife you from behind.
Ajax killed. Taking control.
Number 3. Experimenting with different guns is great, as it helps you learn other classes and makes you an all-around better player. But if you keep switching classes each time you die, you won't be able to learn to become better with any specific gun. Look at your team composition in the loading screen, and pick what you think would be a good fit based on your strengths and your team's choices. It's always best to pick 1 or 2 guns per weapon type until you're a pro at that gun, and then you can start adding more variety to your classes. Number 2. You shouldn't join every firefight you see in-game. More often than not, there's always some people who rush into the enemy thinking they'll be able to take them all down and end up being killed by the first person they see. Long story short, if you're low on HP or ammo, maybe relax and let your teammate handle it. Or better yet, if the enemy hasn't spotted you, set up for a stealth kill once they leave their cover. Racing across an open field at an enemy never ends well. Number 1. Our final tip is a message. Everyone has a different playstyle. You may want to be the next Scump or Clayster, but they've spent thousands of hours practicing their craft. Your playstyle may be similar to theirs, but there's a difference in the small details, and you need to focus on improving the way you play. Whether it's selecting your keybinds or picking which route to run on each map, find a method that works for you and stick to it. Don't assume what works for the pros will always work for you. At the end of the day, all of these tips depend on you improving how you play the game. As with many things in life, there isn't any one thing you can do to become amazing overnight. Don't get discouraged if these tips don't work right away. Strive to always improve, even if it's just a little each day. Only players who learn from their mistakes can become the very best. Well, that wraps it up for today's video. If you enjoyed today's top 5, please like and share down below. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you'll never miss another video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.